Okay, I have to make this semi-quick. Last year, this time, I was definitely not a part of DCF. I was working at Apple E's, here. Yeah.
Oh, we're back, we're back. No beatboxing, it'll kill the system.
So yeah, I was working at the B's, as we like to call it, and I was not exactly living a very Christian life. I was hanging out with not very Christian-like people, but they were good people all in all, just made bad decisions. And just this last spring, right before school started, my grandma passed, and it was really hard, and my cousins were texting me, hey, come home, and I was at work, so my manager let me off, sped off, and basically had 10 seconds to say goodbye to my grandma before she passed. It was really hard coming back to Davis because I transferred here last year, so I really didn't know anyone. All I knew was my roommates, but we weren't really that close, so it's not like I can go cry to them, but I don't cry anyway, so it's okay. I don't have tear ducts. Okay, I do, I just don't use them. But yeah, and I was part of the gospel choir, and Kendi and I decided to be workout buddies. So we worked out on a Friday after my grandma's funeral, and she knew my grandma had passed. And she invited me to DCF, and I was really hesitant to go at first. I saw the frames, the A-frames, and DCF, I don't think so, kept biking along, didn't want to go. And she invited me, and I was going to say no, but she did the whole, please. So I was like, all right, I'll check this out. Sorry, Kendi. And so the first time I went, it was Jack talking, and he did the whole give a word, take a word. Yeah. Oh, nice hair, Nene. Sorry. And, okay. And then, basically, I had just been talking to Kendi about how I didn't trust God in my life because he was just, a lot of stuff was going on with my family. I knew I wasn't happy, and I knew I wasn't making good decisions. And when I went to get my word, at my first DCF, I sat down, I opened my word, and all it said was, trust him. And that blew me away. And I knew God, and I knew God spoke in like mysterious ways. When I got that, I started crying, and Kendi prayed for me, and I was like, wow, okay. I wasn't planning on coming back to DCF, but I've been back ever since. And I love it. Now I'm so involved in it. And I took summer school session too, so I didn't have to go home, so I can keep coming to DCF. It changed my life really quickly, quick 180 from what I was doing. I decided to change all my lifestyle. I knew God was what I needed, and I'm so thankful for DCF and the community that has helped me grow and has become my family out here. So, yeah.
Well, so I'm having a horrible day today, to be very honest. But it's all because of something that happened yesterday. For those of you that have divorced parents, you know that your parents continue fighting even after they've gotten divorced. My parents probably have one of the worst divorce cases in the United States. And they were divorced over 8 years ago, and they're going back to court again December 8th, and I found that out yesterday. So I basically didn't sleep last night, and decided that instead of sleeping, I would read my Bible and pray. So I was reading my Bible, and I got to 1 Peter 5:7, which says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. Maybe I'll So I was like, okay, I'll just, and you have to know when I'm in a bad mood, I go crazy, I start cleaning and I just do random stuff, like cook and just stuff that's out of character for me, do I can you guess? Do I have time to cook? No. Didn't do any of my homework yesterday I was supposed to do. But I decided, okay, so I'm gonna cast all my anxieties on him because I really wanted to sleep at that point. It's 5 in the morning and I'm sitting on the couch and the rest of my roommates are asleep. So I go to bed and I'm just I wake up this morning in this terrible, terrible funk. And for some reason after all the stuff I had to do, I decided I'm gonna go to the DCF house and just chill. And Chantal was there, and then Angela showed up, and Bryce was there, and Matt showed up at some point. And you just have to remember that God is always there even when you don't think he is. Because I'm sitting outside on the porch and I decided I needed to make a phone call, so I made the phone call I was making. And as I'm sitting there, I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed this other than me, being this like brilliant thing on campus. The sign across the street from the DCF house that says crossing people has wings on it, so it looks like an angel. I don't know if anyone else has seen that, but that made my day, so if anyone else has seen that, it's amazing. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, so I'm here to talk about my quarter and what went on with it. It started out really good. The Purple Pig guys came, rocked my world. It was crazy, and it was just really good. They just so filled with the Spirit. Like that night, I woke up because I was praying in my sleep. That's how crazy it was. Yeah, you can ask Jesse. It was nuts. Anyways, but then after that, I was burning for God. I was burning. I was just really feeling that I was going good. Outreach, yeah, I'll be there. Stay 2 hours? Yeah, I'll stay 2 hours for sure. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I'm excited when I wake up in the morning. But then somewhere along the way, like I kind of got dry and like I wasn't feeling it anymore. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever get that? You're just ain't feeling it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just aren't feeling it anymore, and like all of a sudden you just start being disobedient more than you want to be. You know what God's calling is for your life, but you just don't want to do it. You know, you just kind of want to. Oh man, I feel like God's telling me to go encourage that guy over there. Oh, actually, I think I want some pizza. That's what I think I want right now. But I had a pretty cool revelation yesterday when I was running. Actually,
Nice.
I was running. It was the end of my run, and like I was just kind of taking it easy. I'm almost there. I'm gonna get home, have some food. It's gonna be good. I earned it. But I knew I could push myself harder. And a bike went by me. I was like, man, I could catch that bike. I'm gonna get that bike. So I ran after that bike. And when I caught up to it and passed it, I got to the stoplight. I stopped and I was like, man, that's kind of like my walk with God right now. I know I could run harder, but I'm not running harder because I'm letting my feelings hold me back. You know what I'm saying? The verse I've been really meditating on lately is Galatians 6:9. It says, don't get tired of doing what's good because you're going to reap good if you do good. And consider it all a blessing when you go into trials because it makes endurance, it makes patience, and I'm going to be stronger in the end if I serve the Lord with all my heart, even when I'm not feeling it, because I'm going to be stronger. Is that, you guys get it? All right, that's all I'm done.
Good job.
So last Monday, I knew it was going to be a fairly rough week. I had 2 papers due on Thursday, plus a PowerPoint presentation Friday morning. So I was like, sweet, this is going to be fun. Monday night comes around and I'm like, okay, I know it's going to be rough, but I have a little encouragement. My mom's coming to visit because she has to work in Folsom from time to time. Yeah, it turns out that visit didn't go quite as planned. Yeah, thank you, Nicole. She knows exactly what happened. And actually, it wasn't anything really bad. Just all the stress from school made it seem a lot worse than I thought. And the devil was really toying with my emotions. I went to class that Tuesday morning, and I'm just sitting there listening to the professor. And at first, I'd get really angry. Like, I could feel myself giving her this dirty look. Out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, I'd want to cry. And then all of a sudden, I'd be thinking about all my schoolwork that I have to do and start getting stressed out. And I have to say, through Jesus, I made it through that week to the weekend. And I have to say, I also found some encouragement in a song, of course. For those of you who don't know, when I was in high school and elementary school, I was part of this thing over the summer called Kids Unlimited Summer Performance Arts Camp. So we performed a lot of songs. And I've recently been watching a whole bunch of old DVDs. Stop laughing, Nicole. And this one lyric really popped out into my head this past couple days. It's really been carrying me. And it says, if we fall, we'll rise once more. We'll be stronger than before. So I just want to say amen to that.
Good job, Alle.
I guess to start off, on Thursday we had an amazing transitions Bible study. And God spoke so amazingly to me, and it was about just the faith that I had and how childlike and how strong it was. And I was like, that's really cool. I was like, wow, God, thanks, you know. And then Friday comes along, and okay, so I'm gonna cry, but okay, it's okay. And so I get this text from my mom, and she's like, pray for your dad. He had to go to the ER. and he might have had a minor stroke. And I was like, okay. I'm like, what? Okay. And so I'm like texting her and just trying to see what's happened. And I guess on Friday he felt numb in parts of his face, and so he went to see his doctor, and then the doctor sent him to the ER because they're like, oh, it may have been a minor stroke, and so we wanted to do a CT scan to make sure there's no bleeding, and then so at that point I'm sort of in shock. I'm not crying yet, but I text Carol and I'm like, my dad's in the ER, can you pray, pass it on, pray for me. And I don't know what happened, but she prayed for everybody, and then everybody started, and I put it on my Facebook too, and I was like, pray for my dad. And then like Katie was sending me pictures of you guys praying at the house, and I was just like, that was like touching me even more than like, and I was just like so blessed to know that you guys were like praying for my dad. Sorry. And then like I got word that he was gonna have to stay overnight for observation, and that he was going in for an MRI, and they wanted to just make sure that it wasn't a stroke and there wasn't any bleeding. And so I was like, okay, God, I was like, God, you said I have this amazing faith, and I'm like, okay, help me to have faith in you that everything's gonna be okay. I don't know why I'm crying. I usually don't cry I usually have way more peace about situations. And I was like, okay, I don't know why this is happening, but okay, God, you're testing my faith again, I guess. And so, and I even asked my dad, I'm like, do you want me to come home? I can come home. And he's like, no, it's okay, I love you too. So, basically though, he woke up on Saturday morning and his face was numb again. And so, and then the MRI was clean and the CT was clean, and so there was no bleeding, which is really, really, really good. So basically it spells palsy, which he's actually had before, and it only lasts like 2 weeks. It's really temporary paralysis of the face, and so I'm just really, really grateful to God and to you guys for your prayers. Thank you so much.